Dropping a tough one, 9-8 in extra innings to the Evansville Otters. Kind of a game all around there. I mean, it's a good baseball game. You can take the goods, the bads, but a tough one nonetheless, Chad.
Yep.
Yeah, we're here with the field manager, Chad Rhodes, pitching coordinator, Kent Kleiman, third base and assistant coach, Harrison DeNicola. We got some good guests as well. You can see Alex Wagner, former Y'alls pitcher in 2024, and Carl Craigie back here again, too. So,
scared to show, like, male nudity.
I do say it's not for kids. I don't want to throw Massey in there, but he does got, he does got the shirt off right there.
Coach sucks.
You want me to bring it in?
Superman right there.
Superman, Captain America right there. Craig Massey, the hitting coordinator for the Y'alls, with 3 hits today, and he inches closer to hit number 1,000.
YouTube channel canceled.
They are hard on copyright. They are hard on copyright. But I guess this isn't copyright still. Absolutely.
It's like I'm wearing my swimsuit.
Let's start off with the pitching. Gamer on the mound for the Y'alls. Been kind of a mixed bag from him. I thought he, started off sluggish and then was able to pick it up in the third and fourth. What did you see from Gamer today? Just kind of second start in a row, getting behind things. Obviously, we know he was sick as well.
Yeah, I didn't play too much into being able to throw a baseball over the plate. But yeah, that was a factor going into it. So kind of had to watch the up downs and see the pitch count as it went on. It was just early on. I thought those first 2 innings really wasn't able to get ahead well. Wasn't able to land any off speed to get them respected. So I was sitting on heaters when he's coming back in the zone. And that was kind of what that was. Like it was the tone, obviously not set, but you shut that, Carl. But it was never out of it. It's just we give up runs early in the game. It doesn't matter. We got a hit. So I knew we were going to come back. We got that lead back for him, and I thought that, the last 2 innings stuff was still there, but he pitched better. I thought he was a little bit more under control and attacked well early in those last 2. I think those last 2 innings, he was ahead, able to land the breaking ball for strikes, and then forcing them to get out of their approach swing. We didn't do that from the jump. Just walked that first guy, and that kind of set the tone for the whole thing. But nice to see him finish up strong. Obviously didn't get the link that we wanted, but we felt like we were in a good spot when he passed the stick off at 7-5.
Yep, we're in the Y'alls post-game show. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask them away. Anything about the game, we'd love to answer. Let's move it on let's go back to the offense here, and we can actually toss this over to Harry. I want to talk about the guy that he's had familiarity playing against, Josh Elvire. I mean, that's the offensive inning right there. Yep. A 5-run third, was it? And Elvire launches a 3-run shot, his second homer in the time that he's been playing. Looked good today with a double as well. What have you liked from Elvire? Obviously, you've been able to play against him.
Yeah, I mean, I only played against him a decade ago, 11 years ago in high school. But I've known we've stayed in touch. Him getting his front foot down, able to run into a slider for that double, little quick hustle double. That kind of set the tone for him, being able to show us that his timing was there today. Let's call a spade a spade. He hit a routine fly ball to right field. It was a moonshot. Thank God for the wind blowing, but he knew what he had to do right there in a 2-strike count, was just put a barrel on it. So, good for him. But no, he's been a good experience batting the lineup and in the clubhouse. So it's been good to have him.
Absolutely. Yeah, you're right. That was a high fly ball and just kept chasing out there. We kind of mentioned it in that mid-game interview with Preston. A little bit of the sun there, maybe playing a factor for Bobo on fielding a few of them. And anything in your experience playing, maybe not in the outfield, but, the sun is a factor, and, maybe some rookie ball play from Bobo and I guess not rookie ball from
Absolutely Elvire. Not rookie ball, Rory. I mean, come on, man.
It's their rookie year.
No, rookie year for sure. But no, the sun's a little bit of a factor the first couple innings here for second base, first base, and right field. And having a win like that with moonshot fly balls like that, I mean, this is professional baseball, so you're going to get a taste of those fly balls. He just didn't get to his spot. He was going to where he thought it was instead of keeping it in front of him, but he'll be fine. He obviously adjusted later in the game. You saw he had 2 plays almost identical that he ended up getting, but that's just one of those errors you have on your armor throughout the year, and he'll probably end up still having a 990, 995 fielding percentage, so nothing wrong with Bobo out there. Just one of those plays, Roy.
Absolutely. We could bring it back to Kent over here. Um, Thank you, J214. Just said he subscribed. Ken, yeah, so midway through, let's talk about the bullpen. You were able to piece it together, especially after Gamer only going 4 innings, getting some good relief from Karsten and as well as Carter Hines, and then Lotus, all proven to go 2 innings. Lotus for the first time able to go 2 innings. What'd you like from the pen today?
I think for Carter and Will specifically, I think they came out of the pen and were willing to attack. Not afraid of getting in the zone. Carter especially. And then once they got ahead, they were able to flash a couple off-speed pitches, and then allowed the Evansville hitters to kind of get off the heater. And I think Carter had a couple of punch outs with a heater, one with a slider, and then same with Will. Will had a couple of strikeouts with his cutter after getting ahead with the fastball.
Absolutely. And then let's talk about Jet. Kind of a clean ninth. 10th gets into a little bit of trouble. 2 walks. Almost got out of it, though. Almost got out of it. Gets 2 strikeouts, 2 outs, bases loaded, top of the 10th. I mean, that's where you imagine yourself as a hitter. They're able to get it done. 2 runs come across. You go out and talk to him after that. And, maybe could have talked to him before, went to him after. What was the message after he gives up those 2 runs? Still trying to get out of it, obviously.
I mean, I think 3 holes coming up right there. Kind of a little bit of a longer inning, obviously. High pressure in the 10th. Starts the inning off with a man at second base. So I just wanted to go out there and give him a breather, really. Kind of struggled to find the zone and a couple ABs. So I just want to kind of settle him down, catch his breath. And then obviously with Parks coming up in the 3 hole, just wanted to kind of lock in on him. Not really worry about what had just happened and get him out so we can get in the dugout and try to score a couple runs.
Anything you saw from him, he was able to battle obviously with the strikeouts, but the 2 walks come back to hurt him, obviously. But anything you saw with him, just the lack of control there, or just not being able to hit the spot?
I think just trying to be too fine. I think there's a difference between attacking and then trying to punch a guy out multiple times in an AB. I think the aggressive mindset kind of shifts to aggressive in the zone the later the AB goes on, and I think right now we're struggling as a staff a little bit with that. Trying to get too many swings and misses instead of letting our defense work behind us, especially deeper in counts.
I thought the defense looked good today. Besides, early struggles, obviously 3 errors there. Those can haunt you too. But after that, still some nice plays. Let's flip it back over to Chad here. Chad's got his wear on the cover up. Midway through the game, the offense wasn't able to score throughout, past the third. They only had a runner at second. Kind of just a lull, and then they were able to bring it up when the juices were flowing. Maybe just out of it, or still allowing to Braden Scott go a little bit longer. What'd you see midway through?
That he was able to go 6, especially after the first one. I thought he was going to be out of there with the back thing.
Yeah.
I thought we had some good at bats, honest though, but we did allow him to settle in. We had an inning where we got thrown out second, and then ended kind of quickly. But I still thought we were having good at bats. It was a tough guy to pick up for a few of our guys tonight, but made him empty the tank and kind of get him out of his approach. And he ain't gonna like pitching that way, but it was what it was. It felt in hands. We did what we needed to do to come back, and I thought we still stayed on him and weren't able to get it done.
Absolutely. Football Best Editor talking about how he was at the game of the 21st. Glad you guys were able to see a win in extra innings. He asked, did you guys win? No, we're coming off of a 9-8 loss in extras. Let's talk about the extra inning there. So you have that guy on second. Hank with a heck of a base hit, being able to beat that out at first, puts runners first and third. TJ Reeves gets that hit down the line, a little bobble in left field, tying run, banged out at home plate. Hindsight's 2020. Obviously, you're like, hey, maybe we shouldn't send him, but you have, if you don't send him, it's second and third with Zayd at the plate. What'd you see there as the manager? Obviously, like I said, hindsight's 2020, but is anything you would have changed, or would you like being aggressive still?
No, I saw the play develop and saw exactly what everybody else saw on the field. I saw the bobble, and then ball popped right back up to him and had to make a good throw, and he did.
Hank was also moving on the pitch. Hank was on
it was moving, so it was going to be.
So, I mean,
He was stealing on contact, flying.
at that point,
And then when the ball gets to the wall, we have a bobble, and it was kind of go time. Yeah, you can look back at it. We still had ourselves a shot right there. We still had a big corner lineup coming up, and the runner in scoring position, 1 out. So First, second, after, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna get first, second. So we still ended up giving ourselves a shot. Like it was it was no. I looked at that and saw it developing too. I'm like, oh, I'm getting in there. And then they popped right back up to him. Had to make a good throw. He did. Got him. It was a good baseball play all around. It was a nice, nice kind of moment to be able to see. Just didn't work out in our favor.
Yeah. It's a good relay. You know, you be aggressive. Obviously, it's a tie game. No one even thinks about it. Like I said, it's the hindsight 2020. Maybe not. But what about Eddie Javier Jr. and Brendan Bobo going down looking, in the bottom of the ninth and bottom of the 10th? Any message to them? Maybe growing pains, but, you just got to be swinging there.
I mean, I think it was just trying to take a little bit too much in their hands. Do a little too much. Swings get a little big. A lot of movement in the box. Zone wasn't bad, but zone wasn't great. But yeah, if pitches are close when the game's on the line, I'd like to see guys hacking, but I'm not going to fault anybody for it. I'm not in the box hitting, so I don't know what that feels like. But both those guys, I think they're just pressing a little bit, trying to get too big, trying to do too much rather than just stick with what they do well and seeing the ball deep and just putting the barrel on it rather than trying to add effort. So it's the same kind of talk I've been having, and those moments, you're going to exaggerate everything that they do that they're working on, and that was one of those things. Both those guys are working on is toning things down, especially in those moments, and that was the biggest one you can kind of have in your career and game. So moving on, we've been there now and experienced it, so expecting different results.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's a well-matched game. 9-8, you obviously hate to lose it. Easily could have been the flip side there. But you got to wash it away like we always do. Washed away, and series, again, on the line tomorrow. Fernandez on the mound. Either of you can answer it. What are you hoping to see from Fernandez? Trying to earn his first win of the season.
Strike one. Strike two. Out.
Throwing strikes?
That's it. Throwing strikes, getting ahead. And like I said, I'm not too worried about their offense and how it kind of flows through there. I think there's some holes. It's the free passes, man. The 6 walks we had came back to bite us. Throwing strikes. It's going to be the name of the game, especially with the young crew and young staff. So he sets that tone early. We got some bullets we got in the bullpen, so feel good about the matchup tomorrow. I like where we're at now. We fought back. We're 7-10, and I feel like we're in a really good spot. I like what we got, especially losing the guys we lost and being able to see the energy. I think it'll start clicking once we get the right pieces and everybody's feeling comfortable, not trying to do too much to make up for those gaps. But it's nice to get. I think TJ's gonna get rolling again. Armani's been rolling. Craig and Hank kind of getting rolling too. So feeling good about it.
Absolutely. Well, the Y'alls will try and win the series tomorrow, coming out to Thomas More Stadium. An afternoon game. CJ Backer on the mound for the Otters. Excited to see, a new guy as well. But, hopefully Fernandez picks up his first win. Sensory night tomorrow as well. So coming out for some Florence Y'alls baseball and hopefully a series win. Thank you for tuning in to the Y'alls post-game show, and we'll catch you next time.